In previous examples, we've looked at variable scope. Here we have a slightly different example. We have a variable tester function, and we have two variables, x and y, that are both created inside of our function. So let's take a look at what happens when we call this program and call these functions multiple times. You notice that with each of the calls, the value of x is 1 and y is 1. The reason why it does not change is very simple. When we exit out of our variable tester function, our variables used inside that function are destroyed. When we call that function again, we recreate those values, starting them back at 0, incrementing them, and displaying their output, only to destroy those variables. That way, our variables do not hold their value. So let's look at an example of how we can change this with one minor change in order to keep those variable values as we run our function. We're just going to take x, for example, and in front of that line, we're going to put static. Now, static is a special keyword inside of C++ that's going to allow us to remember the value of x. The very first time our function is run, we assign it the value of 0 because it's not been run yet. However, after that point, the value of x is going to be remembered and stored inside of our program. That way, we won't have to modify it again. That way, the value will be remembered, and we'll keep on modifying that variable's value from what its previous value was. Let's run this program and see how it changes. Remember, x is static, y is not. And so we look, x and y start off as 1. X is remembered, and so it's incremented into 2, but y is still 1 because it was destroyed and had to be recreated. As we go through each time it's run, you'll see that x increments to 3, 4, and 5 because of the keyword static. Once a variable is defined as static, that cannot change while the program is running. So we'll always remember what our last value was when our function exits. And that's how we use a static keyword to remember the value of our variables in a function after a function exits in C++.